Here. Okay, we're recording. I don't know what to do with it though so maybe you can guide me, Ashley. No, I feel like and I think our activities are kind of fun already. I mean, the superhero and the refound challenge and all that. So, I mean, I'll keep trying. I'll keep calling. I'll make another round of phone calls this week and keep doing what I'm doing and hope. I mean, I did have a couple more kids on Friday on my Zoom call, so maybe it'll just it's a slow to join.
Were you guys told that you're supposed to contact every student by every week?
Yes. Yeah, we got an email.
They said that the Zoom call counts, though. They did say, like, I have my 12 that were on Friday. So Kelly said that counts as a point of contact.
Yeah, we were just told we were supposed to try. So, like, every morning I send out a video on class tag explaining what we're doing for ELA. And because it is emailed to all the parents, whether they read it or not, I don't know, but that does count.
Well, we were told, we had a staff meeting this morning, and we were told that we're supposed to, by phone, contact everybody every week.
Every week.
And log in, sis.
Oh, my word.
And yes, I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I'm emailing, messaging on Class Dojo. I'm doing Zoom meetings. I'm messaging parents on Facebook and everything else. But on top of that, on top of planning, on top of Zoom meetings, on
grading
and giving feedback, and we departmentalize. There's no way in the world I won't say the good thing is, but it hasn't been an issue yet because I haven't had that much to grade.
Right.
No
kidding. But if students were really to be turning in work and stuff, there's no way that I could keep up with grading 65 kids' assignments from Monday through Friday in a week.
I know. And I don't know what the answer is because
I know everything doesn't need feedback. I mean, I get that I could pick maybe just one or two things from the week to give feedback on, but still, that's a lot.
I think it's redundant to, like, if I have my solid core of kids who are on the Zoom every day. I have about 7-8 kids that are there every time. And then I have a couple that are every other day. And like I said, I had a couple new. But I was told that a Zoom call would count because every Zoom call we talk about, Q&A for work. And like Friday, I screen shared with them and showed them, made sure everybody understood the Google and all that. But I would think that can be considered contact. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. It's redundant. I would think it's redundant to call their families because those are the same families who are interacting with me on Facebook. They're right. The same ones that are.
And I would say if you have had contact with that parent through the week, I would just log that in, sis, and say,
yeah,
my contact.
That's what I'm doing.
I keep forgetting, sis. I keep forgetting to do it.
Yeah, it is hard to.
Unless I phone call.
Sometimes I have to just go back and backtrack. Like Friday, that's what I spent like the last hour or so doing on Friday, was just logging calls and sis and text messages that I've had and conversations I've had with parents.
Oh, God. Okay. So apparently I should probably do that a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just put, because it says virtual. So maybe I'll just put that it's, because I took a picture every day of my Zoom chat. We do a daily selfie.
Are you recording your Zooms?
No.
They say record them.
I know, but where are they supposed to go?
On your 5th grade Facebook page.
5th grade Facebook page. And that's also to keep you covered too.
Well, I'll start doing that today. It just feels strange, I guess, to record just informal check-in. No. And those aren't even required. My understanding is I'm not required to Zoom with my kids, am I?
No.
So I'll do it to cover my behind, but I think that's kind of silly, but I'll do it. I'll be compliant.
Well, I think more so, and if I'm being perfectly honest, it's a I don't want to say safety, but it's an issue where this way nobody can come back and say, oh, Miss Benison said this, and no, I didn't go check the video. You have it all recorded. No, I didn't. That's not what was said.
Well, and then it's good too for your kids who might miss it, because I upload them on Dojo and I upload them on the Facebook page. So like if they missed it, they could still kind of see it and see their classmates. So it's good for that too.
Okay, so, but what about my kids I have 2 kids who who don't have a release to be shown on
I thought
Facebook.
about that.
I
They
have
said
one
that-
that's on the call a lot. So how
The
would
district said they talked to the lawyers, and that since it's a confidential locked Facebook group, that it would almost be the same as being in school. So they said
Okay.
that we're covered.
Okay, good. Then I won't worry about that because that's one of my girls can't have photographs posted and tagged everywhere. So I didn't want to violate that either. I posted one Zoom picture, but she wasn't there that day, so it wasn't a big deal. But okay, thank you for that. There's my little squirrel moment. I went off the rails, but it was important. I needed to know that, so thank you.
So what are we supposed to be doing today? I'm just gonna apologize up front. I'm not with it today.
Don't apologize. Everybody has that.
Keep it real.
You know what? But you look good, girl. You don't look like you don't have it together.
Oh, well, thank you.
You must have done your little eyes and you look good, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I had to, I like took a good, I decided this morning I'd feel better if I woke up, took a shower, fixed my hair a little bit, put a little face on, then I feel like I'm a person. And I got real clothes on today, just pajamas. So it's my mindset. I'm struck.
I did that one day and it did make a difference.
It makes a huge difference. And pretending I'm like going to work, but
it did make a difference.
You guys, it's a lot and it's hard. And I saw a meme that was like, it said all the days of the week, but the first part was scratched out. It's day.
That is exactly.
Yeah.
But
all right, so I kind of jotted down, tell me how you think about it as a schedule for the next 2 weeks. So what if Monday the 13th, we use Amanda's introduction on what is figurative language. Then Tuesday the 14th and 15th, we do similes and metaphors. The 16th and 17th, hyperboles. Then Monday the 20th, idioms, Monday the 20th and Tuesday the 21st, idioms, adages, and proverbs. Because somebody put on there, those gonna go together, and they do.
I did that yesterday. I was in a manic mode, and I sat and did that with my recordings.
And then maybe the 22nd, analogies, and the 23rd, onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is pretty easy,
and it's
fun.
It's so
we
fun.
could finish that out with onomatopoeias.
Well, let me ask you this then, because I'll be honest, because I can share the link with somebody if they want to share the love, but Clarendon Learning has puppies. There's more than one. So Clarendon Learning has a simile and metaphor. It has idioms, adages, and proverbs. It has a couple more mini lessons, and I would absolutely not mind recording them because I have a flow. I have a rhythm. I have the resource. There's not one for onomatopoeia. There's not one for a couple. But I think it's important we do kind of a mini lesson for each day, for each skill if we have it.
Oh, for sure.
So I will gladly record them. It doesn't take long. They end up being about 10 to 11 minutes. And then from there, I'm trying to build activities. So I've already done the literal versus non-literal, but the only one this week, hyperbole, I did something from vocabulary, I think. So we could use that. But if you want me to, I'll do a simile and metaphor one for the end, for that chunk of lessons, unless.
Well, because if you'll do the Claritin ones for like the first day, and then I can do another one for the second day using a different resource.
Oh, I love that.
That way they see it different ways,
Okay, then I'll do this. I'll do what, and we can decide which is which. But the one thing I do like about Clarendon for the intro is because it's got text with it.
Right.
So it's a go back. So I will record the one for similes and metaphors.
Okay.
And then you can do one, even if, honestly, that's where I would love if one of you, or, this would be like, Tammy, you did the 3 Little Pigs. Find text, a poem, find something as an anchor lesson for the second video. What do you think about that?
Is the second video going to be on Tuesday?
No,
Is
because
it
Monday's literal
Monday?
versus non-literal, right? And then I didn't write that down. Hang on. I'm looking at this slide. So, and there's a lot of crap on the general intro day. So we'll have to sift through that a little bit.
Well, and that was just me. Like, I just put stuff like, hey, here's a resource I found. Here's this, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I did one time a really fun lesson on the Mr. Grinch song. I think it was on similes and metaphors.
You want to try your hand at a video, Sister Pants?
Maybe.
Ooh, we're gonna get her. We're gonna get her together here. She's gonna be all brave and bold by the time we're done with her. Well,
yeah,
so
similes and metaphors.
So there's general intro day 1, Tammy, and I've got the slides up. Do you want me to go ahead and label the slides?
I mean, or you could just put like on that second slide where I have similes and metaphors.
Yep.
If you just want to put next to it day 2 or the 14th and the 15th.
Okay. April 14th. Oops, that's not a 1 through 15th. And then, so general, even though we'll have to sift through it, I'll put general introductions for the 13th.
Right.
Amanda.
Yes, dear.
Can you share your screen?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Guys, I told you I am not the brightest crayon.
No, you're fine. I'm not with it today. And that will help me if I can see it.
Neither am I. How come I only see one of you? There you go. Okay, do you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so there's that. And if you see, on hyperbole, like, I don't know, I got stuck in hyperbole yesterday. But you see, I found a vocabulary, and I bought my own, not prescription, subscription to vocabulary, so I can access their sheets too and turn them into things.
How did you get the video on there? Was that from YouTube?
Yeah, you hit insert,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hit video. And then what I do is I'll have the video up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go away, top of the screen. Oh, go away.
I know how to do it if it was YouTube. I just know that sometimes vocabulary stuff isn't on YouTube, so I was just curious if that was one of the ones.
This one happened to be on YouTube.
Okay.
So,
cool.
but you just copy and paste the URL. But I did that, and then I've got it's just a little story, and I put text boxes and made them all into Google Docs so you could easily make a copy and put it on your classroom. Every time I'm making a document, I'm doing that.
Right.
And then there's 2 little passages with questions. There's some task cards, which the kids tend to like. And then this is a hyperbole challenge. It's like a 9 square, and it's got pictures, and then they have to create hyperboles for the pictures.
Oh, I like that one.
Hyperbole throwdown. That's this one. So,
okay, well, on that top of that one, next to hyperboles, put April 16th and 17th.
Aha. Okay.
Because like that Friday, the 17th, could be the challenge day, the more fun, something fun.
Well, and I'm going to try, like, vocabulary was down yesterday. So I was going to try to put in, they usually have a really good activity with the video. So I'm going to get that in there too. So we have a couple days worth of stuff, but, so we've got April 13th, April 14th, 15th. So there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you said start the next week, and I'll take out my teach together. Cause that's the way this Clarendon thing, and it actually makes a bunch of sense. Cause it talks about what's the difference among the 3. So I'll put, what's that next week?
That's the 20th and 21st.
Okay. And then you said analogies on
the 22nd.
And please tell me if I'm being overbearing. I don't mean to be. This is my mania coming out. You'll learn that about me, Tammy. That's my anxiety coming out, and I got to do, so just, my friends know, be like, hey, okay, hold up. You're spinning out. So anyway, and you said onomatopoeia is going to be
23rd.
Yeah.
And that's Friday?
Yep. Yeah. And if we would not go back, I'm not saying we won't, but because I got to keep hope alive.
Girl, I don't think we're going back.
I don't either. I don't want to be Miss Debbie Downer, but I just, they can't get a grip on it. They can't. It just doesn't seem like there's any, I don't see a lot of hope right now yet out even on the media. And I know media.
One hope is that, oh, that's not, I saw you're sharing your screen and I saw the battery life at 66%. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me plug my computer in, but it's not, mine's plugged in. I'm like, oh, that's not mine.
Oh boy.
Sharon Holmes was on a meeting I had this morning, and she said something that I had heard rumors of too, but that Desi may, in the next couple of weeks, set a date like May 15th and just say, okay, this is the day that all schools in Missouri, you're done.
Wow. After that rumor too.
But can I tell you that there's a part of me that will be like heartsick because this gives me purpose and something to do. And I think I'm going to sink into a further depression because this is my life right now. And I don't know, like that'll be a tough Band-Aid to pull off.
Yeah.
I'm just being, for me. I mean, it's hard for me not to dive into, like, hide under the covers, you know? I mean, I have all these thoughts of, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be so motivated. And it's like, there's a part of me that I think inside I'm more depressed than I realize I am.
I think that's most people right now.
Yeah.
Except for Kara Cole, who's out there working out, and she's got her little fitness challenge going, like, okay, girl, you're going to look great. And I'm going to look
I know,
like
right?
a potato, but that's okay. So, well, then, okay, so division of labor, then I'll tell you which days I for sure, here, I'll show you. Boom, look at that. I forget you can see what I see. Look.
Okay, so I think I missed the Clarendon thing. Did I miss that? Because I don't know.
I don't know what that is either.
This is where I've been, you know, my lesson that I did on Author's Purpose and the lesson I did on multiple accounts on my screencast.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've been using. So, like,
it's all free?
Uh-huh. And so, like, this is the one for idioms and adages and whatever. So, like, it looks like this. And
it gives you this stuff? You didn't make this or nothing?
Oh, honey, I wish I was that good. And whenever I do these videos, I shout out Clarendon Learning. They're either free, you can give them a shout out, or you can donate. And I put like $5 toward the site. And I've also done reviews. But, I mean, I wish I was that good. That's why, you know, I always try to include this little emblem and I shout them out because this has been, it was an accident, a Bob Ross happy accident, me finding this site because I was desperately looking for Author's Purpose and reasons and evidence. And I'm like, ooh, and I was like, oh God, this has a bunch of stuff. This has math. This has a lot of subjects. So you guys ought to check out Clarendon Learning just to have it. But I like this because it spells it out. And then so this, you know, so I will make this one for the following Monday for the intro. And then there's always activities with it. And I'm working on converting these to things that the kids can, you know, type on or whatever. But the only, you know, what we didn't hit though on our slides is personification.
Yeah, and I think that needs to be done.
Absolutely.
It was not, but I will say it was not in the standard.
Yeah, it's not.
And that's why it's not in the standard.
I always usually teach it anyways.
Yeah, me
where
too.
could it sneak in?
Yeah.
I wonder if that could go on the first week since it's a pretty easy one they've been hearing about for a long time.
It could. We could do hyperboles and personifications on the same 2 days. Like the exaggerations of hyperboles kind of goes with
ish. I mean, or
you could do hyperboles one day and personification one day, because I feel like both are pretty easy for kids at the 5th grade level.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, then I'm gonna insert. Slide, new slide, and I'll just make this personification. So if you're, like I said, all right, so I'll add that, and then I'll make that April 17th. How about it?
Sounds great.
Okay, so do you want me to go ahead, or does anybody really feel emotional about making one of these videos because I don't, it's only a couple. Let's see. I said I have one for idioms. Well, I have,
Girl,
there's
you
three.
go for it. If you want to make those
There's
videos.
1, 2, 3 I could do. So, and like I said, Tammy, I know you like to make them. I don't know if you love it or just do it.
I don't love it. I don't
Okay,
love
well,
it. I'll do it.
I kind of do love it. So
Oh my gosh, you can have my day then. I'll do something else.
I'm weird. And Tammy, if you or if any of you want to do, like, for example, I think similes and metaphors, it would be very nice to do a second teacher video for that.
Right.
I think that would be a good one. And anywhere there's not an intro lesson, like that second day, we could push in some poetry, like read a poem, like Shel Silverstein, or just find, there's so many poetry resources that if you wanted to find something like that into a poem mini lesson.
Yeah, I could probably do the like Mr. Grinch thing for a second day lesson if you want me to.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Okay.
What
I
is
know
that
you're gonna
one
be
on,
great.
Letitia?
Say what?
What is that on?
So it's similes and metaphors, and
Okay.
it's kind of fun because you can just go through the song and see it, and then maybe for a practice they can do the Rihanna Diamond song because there's also like a few easy similes in there, just something kind of to practice.
Great second day. I think that would be a great second day on the 15th.
Okay.
And I have some YouTube videos that can just be inserted for fun, like in the enrichment part, like song lyrics with figurative language and stuff. If you guys have any of that too, we can put that in the bonus box. And I kind of don't know. I made this. Did I make this or was this here? I might have made that.
You did, yeah.
Okay, but I didn't know if you wanted to do it at all, because here's the thing, maybe if we end up going into another week, you know,
Yeah.
then maybe we could do this for the last hurrah, because this has these really funny little stories that are mixed figurative language.
Right.
I say save it.
And this has just a PowerPoint to go through each type again for review. And
Right.
then we could even insert some, you know, other things, but maybe let me move this slide. Nope, it's already at the end. So
Yeah.
I'll just put in parentheses if we go past the 23rd.
Right.
Right?
Right. Okay, so as we have it right now, Amanda already has the video for the introduction.
Yep.
So we're just gonna, we need an activity. Is there gonna be an activity for them to do?
I have a ton.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you guys have something that you've used, and do you remember, Ashley, I'm going to jog your little memory here, sister, because if you remember, we have, I know there's a better way to get here, but I'm like a highly trained Pavlov's dog. And I know one way to get places. We dropped a bunch of stuff in here, Ash. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we do figure. Yeah.
Or what?
I can't remember. Did we? Yeah, I guess we did get everything done, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Watch. It's Q4, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'll insert some grammar too. Just the links like I did before. Unless we just don't want to worry about it. I don't know what you guys think. Okay, look at this.
Yeah, we do have all that stuff in there.
And I mean, so any of this we could take, I mean, we could sort through this and see what's usable.
Right.
The problem is, like, we have to make sure if we're going to teach them in isolation before, you know, the only thing I'd say we need to look for more is poetry. And like I said, if we all want to try to do a poem a day is what I'd like to do. But honestly, what if for now, because when is this due? Wednesday?
Well, I think it's due Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday.
Okay, so we have our all meeting tomorrow at 9, which I think is kind of early, but.
Yeah, and I'm saying something tomorrow. We're not doing those meetings at 9 o'clock every damn day, every time we
Well,
meet.
and the thing is,
I didn't mean to curse, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Early. We can meet in the middle, like.
I just don't understand. Here's my frustration with that is like moving the timeline. We aren't like, I don't know. And we can look at when we meet as a team, like if we don't like Mondays, if we wanted to check in on Fridays or check in on, you know what I mean, whatever day, we can kind of make it, it doesn't have to be the same time all the time, but.
So I have Amanda's going to work on Monday's introduction and activity. and the 14th, right? You're going to record that video for similes and metaphors.
Oh yeah, I'll have that done today.
And then we'll have some sort of activity for there. Patricia's going to do Mr. Grinch on the 15th. And so you're kind of in charge of the 15th, similes and metaphors, whatever we're doing that day. Ashley, do you want hyperboles or personification? Can't hear you.
You're muted.
I can do hyperboles because I was really thinking about like tall tales. Like maybe you're the tall tale to do some hyperboles.
John Henry. I love him. Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, I don't know how the heck I get the book though.
You know what I do? And I don't know have you ever looked at this? It might be a couple
if you have a library card with any of the libraries, a lot of them have, mine is called a OneDrive, and so I go in there and I search for a book, and it's basically an ebook, and I can read it right now in my I don't know what it's called, but in my browser, and it'll pop up. That's how I did the Three Little Pigs ones. I had those on there. So that's, and then you just record yourself as you read it.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm doing Percy Jackson for my kids. And so I couldn't find it available. It wasn't open. So I went ahead, it was like $5 and it was worth every penny because I could use it again. But I went ahead and bought it. And then, I mean, this is how I've been doing screencasts for my read aloud. I'm ready for chapter 4 today, but it's just really, it's good. It's really, and they can read with me, but that's what I'm saying. If you find the book, you can project it like that and you can screencast it. But I mean, I hate to spend money and stuff, but I could not find that one in the library, but I bet you could find like the John Henry book, Jerry Pinkney. You know what I'm talking about? The John Henry book.
Have you guys heard of Scribd? Scribd has like every book there ever was, and you can screencast them and you can get 30 days free. Every book I've ever needed on the planet is on Scribd. So you can get a 30-day free trial and you can put it on the screen just like that too.
That's all I need is 30 days.
Yes, girl.
Let's pray.
I think it's SCRIBD, Scribd. It's amazing.
I forgot about that. And I think I subscribed to that.
Oh, I love it. That's everything.
So funny. She's going to it right now.
You know, if I don't do that, I forget. So that's why I have like 900 tabs open, because if I don't, I'll forget to go back to it. Oh,
okay. So let me make sure I got this right. So Amanda, you're doing Monday, the intro.
Yeah.
Who's doing Tuesday? Trish, you're doing Tuesday? And
Amanda's doing Tuesday.
Okay. I'm doing the highlights that I have. I'm going to do a simile video, a metaphor. I'm going to do a personification, and I'm going to do idioms and adverbs. You know?
Well, I'll do the personification. If you can send me a link to that one, then I'll do the personification one.
Okay, I will send that to you. No sweat. Uh-oh.
Okay. So then what day am I? Am I Thursday or Friday?
You're Thursday for hyperbole.
Okay. So I think I can email that to you. So anyway, I will do that, Tammy. I will get you the personification one. And if you could, like I said, what I've been doing, anytime you guys take something from PDF to put it into, like, Tammy, you sent that tutorial and it has been a game changer, to convert it to a Google slide. Because you can, I mean, if you guide the lady, let the lady guide you. And the only trouble that I have is getting things to fit. And it seems like it's a little blurry, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Where's that tutorial, Tammy? I don't know if I ever saw that.
It's on our 5th grade distance learning page.
Oh.
Our 5th grade group, the
collaborate. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I've been taking it like this because and then you have to put, I've done it 2 ways. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm so sorry. You're either going to put a text box on it, If you
Right.
want them to, or I have inserted a blank slide and put, type answers here. I've done it both ways. Either way, they can type on it, and make sure, you guys, I don't know, Ashley, you're probably more savvy than me. Like, I am grouping my assignments this way.
That's how I'm doing mine too.
But I make sure you select the option to make a copy for every student, and make sure, like, if I share it like I opened, Tammy, I opened the Three Little Pigs questions, and make sure you make a copy.
Yeah.
I know you all know that. I'm just speaking out loud because
Most of what I put on that slideshow too, when I put it in there, I changed it from edit to copy so that when they open that, when they click on that link, it'll ask them to make a copy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
so did you guys actually put the ELA overview Google Slides in your Google Classroom like that?
That's what I was going to ask you guys. I'm glad you said that. I don't know.
I didn't either.
How to do that? Or should we do like day one, and break the slide apart?
What I did for mine was like the whole overview slideshow. I did put that on my Facebook page, on the 5th grade Facebook page. But for my Google Classroom, I just made one assignment that was that included all the links. So the video link, the passage link, and so that they could turn it in.
Right.
Part of my problem the last 2 weeks was them creating a new document and sharing it with me. I had like 50 million emails with them sharing it to me, and so I like it better that they can just turn it in.
Yeah. So
you burnt it.
So what you're saying, because I hadn't done it yet, so you're saying that on your school's 5th grade page, you just put the slides in as unit 2 or whatever it is. It's
right.
Okay.
I put a link. I just said, unit 2, week of April 6th through the 10th.
Okay.
ELA work, and here's the link. Click on the link, and they can see that whole slideshow.
Okay, so because we have this, and then that's where I would need to put that. Okay.
Right. So in the units, you do create a unit.
Yeah.
And then I named it unit 2, week of blah, 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 blah.
Yep. All right, I'll do that when we get off here. I just don't want to forget April 6th through, what's
10th.
Friday? No, what is it?
The 10th.
Okay. So, do we feel, I'm going to stop share if you guys are good. Do we feel good about what we're doing? And if we, I think we should, I did include, I added a slide that said poetry resources. So if we want to just gather them on one, and then we can distribute them throughout. Like if I find a pretty good poem for similes, I'll put it there. If I find a good poem for whatever, you know what I mean? Like we could pool together and just have one resource, because I know this might be a 3-week thing, or at least a 2.5 week. You know what I mean? Like we don't know. So
another thing too, we haven't talked about writing this week, because I know they want writing.
Well, yeah, this week is the opinion, but do you want to go into narrative? I mean, do we want to, because that's a familiar thing, and
I would.
What if we just have them write a short poem for similes and metaphors that has some similes and metaphors in it?
I think that's
what I said last week. Yep, I think that's perfect. Write up.
I think we don't make it this big long essay. Just today you're writing, and you can we can even just add to it, make one document and add to it every day. Today's similes and metaphors. Try your hand at writing a short poem that has some similes and metaphors in it.
Well, and I have a poetry, I have an interactive poetry notebook, and I wonder, I can sift through it and see if there's some, because I think a form would help them.
Yeah. If we have something to put in there that we can say, here's an example, now you write your own.
Well, why don't I add on here? Why don't I, because I added one at the bottom for, there's a mixed review. I put poem resources. Why don't I add writing?
Are you guys under the impression that we're supposed to be doing some type of writing daily, or that they just incorporate it in the week?
I think
well, it's confusing because they said they want everything to be 30 minutes or less. So
that's what I'm thinking too. Like, sometimes I don't want to give them too much. So I'm thinking like maybe Wednesday we do write the short poem with similes and metaphors, because they've had the introduction. They've been taught similes and metaphors for 2 days. Because isn't that what you're doing, Trish, on day? Simile
yeah.
metaphors?
So do you want the activity to just be writing that day?
It could be a writing where they have to do similes and metaphors, and then maybe they can do another writing on Friday. But I didn't know if that was okay to do. Like, I didn't know if they're supposed to be writing every single day.
Yeah, I think a couple of times a week is more than enough.
I think that's fine.
I think we should too, because yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be a long drawn out essay all the time, but yeah, even if we did, since we did similes and metaphors for 2 days, on the second day, write your poem or whatever, you know, and like hyperbole though, I would say a mini one, at the end of that day, but
well, I think on Friday I can create my activity for personification and it can incorporate hyperbole and personification in that writing.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. Let's just put those two together for a writing on Friday.
Right.
And the poetry doesn't have to, I wouldn't say that it has to, we can tell them to include it, but like the form of poetry we choose, whether it's whatever, a diamant or whatever format we pick, it doesn't have to be just a simile poem or whatever, unless it says that. We can just say, okay, use figurative language within your poems, because there's a lot of structure poems that are in that interactive notebook, and I'll have to check and see that. But like I said, but if you let me show you. I'll do one more time just to show you, and we can use it or not. But I put poetry writing resources. So if we have a template or whatever, if you wanted to gather it there.
Have you shared this with us yet, Amanda?
This is the one Tammy created and
shared.
This
is the one Tammy. Okay, I didn't know if this was something else or. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is the figurative language thing that Tammy shared. But okay, I have the mixed skill review, and then I have just generic. This is if you wanted to house it, unless you put it on your day. But yeah. So we'll get that together, and honestly, I might just record and get them out of the way. I might just do my 2 videos today and just get them on the slide and be done with it. But uh-oh. Stop share. Okay.
Just to clear, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, just to clarify, so do you want the activity for Wednesday to just be them writing a poem or a song with similes and metaphors? Do you think that's enough for the activity for the day? Or do you think there needs to be like some kind of worksheet thing where they identify similes and metaphors and also them write a poem or something?
I mean, if there's an activity that you can tie into Mr. Grinch, what you do with that, and it includes writing, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's always the challenge thing too. If we have too many resources, we could put, we have the enrichment / you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then Tammy, would you mind creating, are we going to turn the slides we have into?
No, I'll create, I'll just make a copy of this week's slideshow and take out this week's stuff. So then we can, when we say, okay, this is what we want on this day, then I'll just pop it in there. It's super easy.
I love that you knew what I was asking.
We need to be filling out that instructional plan too, don't we? Everyone still needs to go in there and fill out their day on that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think we just have to, and this may be a Christy question, we just have to make sure, as long as we have that slideshow attached to it, we just have to have the learning standards in there and a cup. I don't think we have to have it all. I don't know.
Could we add the
So
learning
we
standards
don't
to
have
the
to
slide?
fill that instructional planning page out anymore.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
But
text her and I'll see if she
Could
was-
we add them to the slides? Like, could we just add like the objectives, the pieces that they have on that thing? Couldn't we just add it to the slides?
You can. That's what Tammy was talking about, like the standards and the.
Yeah, I mean, why? Because or do they do they really want that? Maybe we can ask that tomorrow. If they want a separate document, because I would think the slides would take the place of.
I'll find out from Christy and then I'll email you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems silly to have
I
to
gotta
make.
get off here. I got my class meeting in 4 minutes. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think
we're good.
yeah, and if we need to, we can meet once more later this week if we need to. But otherwise,
Wednesday. So.
Yeah. Well, you're right. So we'll get if we have any questions, we'll email. We'll get it there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, girls.
All right. See you girls.
All right. See ya.
Bye.